Hello students, continuing to the Russian Revolution, today we are going to deal with the section of turbulent time, the revolution of 1905. Okay, in this a very important term came, that is the Bloody Sunday. This is really a very important event which happened, and from here usually a 3 marks question used to come in examination. That is why it is so important. Okay, so let's discuss about what this event is, how it happened. I have written some questions which are related to it, what it is, who were involved, reason behind the spark, what were the events, result, and aftermath. So let's see what this Bloody Sunday is. So we have seen that Tsar was there, and it was a monarchy. Tsar was not Tsar Nicholas II. He was not uh, following the parliamentary kind of government. Okay, he was autocratic person. So when there was no parliamentary form of government, all the people, like we have seen already, that there were parties, associations of people like social democrats, social republics, okay, revolutionaries. So all these people means different parties and people, social democrats, social revolutionaries, peasants, workers, professionals, all these people were demanding for constitutional form of government, and which Tsar was not in favor of. Why he was not in favor of? Because if he will accept parliamentary form of government, his power will get reduced down. That is why. Okay, so related to this oppositions and all, at that time forming of associations was very common, and for anything to oppose, frequent strikes were also going on. So likewise, strikes and forming of association among workers, unions was very common. Now directly come to what this Bloody Sunday is. So before going to this, we just know the background, the history of this Bloody Sunday. What happened in 1904? Russia was in a war with Japan, in which Russian industries hampered a lot. Why? Because in war situation, demand of the things are more, and as war ended up, the demand of those things get reduced down. So like this, when Russia was in war with Japan, the demand for industrial goods were too high, and as the war ended up, industrial people suffered a lot. So likewise, so many people lost, means according to wages or like this. So workers suffered a lot, they were having less wages, and simultaneously because of war, inflation raised up, so their wages were not sufficient. We have seen the term real wage. Okay, when wages are not sufficient to fulfill the needs, that are called as the real wage. So their wages were not sufficient to fulfill their demands, inflation was too high, so it was not a good time for Russia at that time. So this is history behind Bloody Sunday. So for such problematic situation, and what happened at that time, four of the people who were belonging to some association, I already told you that association of people were forming, so four of such members of association were dismissed from their job, and to oppose their dismissal, suddenly strike happened. More than 10,000 people went on strike. Okay, so likewise, when these four people were dismissed, they were belonging to ironworks. So when they were dismissed from their job, other people also joined in St. Petersburg. They joined in the strike. Likewise, more than 10,000 people were on strike. So these are the events. So likewise, what it is. So when these people were strike, people were opposing, for such one more oppose, Father Gapon with his workers, means he was leading a group of workers when this procession was marching towards the Winter Palace. What is Winter Palace? Or Kingly. So just to continue the series of events, the strikes and all, they were marching towards the Winter Palace, and at that time king ordered his policemen to attack on them. So in that event, in that attack, more than 100 people lost their life, and almost 300 people got wounded. Okay, So lots of blood was lost. So what the event is? The event is attack of the police on the procession people, and in which so many people lost their life and so many got wounded. That is called as the Bloody Sunday. This event took place on Sunday, that is why Sunday. So now I think the picture is clear what it is. Now see who were involved. Who were involved? So directly we can say that the 4 people of association who were dismissed, then people who committed strike, then Father Gapon and followers of him, Nicholas too and his policemen. All this were involved in this event. Then reason behind it, this I have discussed with you. Reason that 4 people were dismissed, so strike was committed. Now what were the events? This is also discussed. Now what happened after this? The result, it is important, because as this thing happened, so many people went on strike. Students, they left their schools, colleges, professionals, they demanded. Now the demand for constitution has raised up. Okay, so what was the result? That it turned into a big thing. More strikes, more close downs, and more opposition towards the monarchy. All this thing happened because of Bloody Sunday. Now come to the aftermath. So what happened? So fearing all this thing, Nicholas thought that something has to do as a precautionary action. Otherwise, the situation is going out of control from his hand. So what he has done? He has appointed Duma. Now what is Duma? Duma is the parliament, a parliamentary form of body which he has appointed after Bloody Sunday. That is called as Duma. But the Duma was not like, Tsar doesn't want to restrict his power. He want to enjoy his power. So that is why the first Duma which was elected, he suspended it only within 75 days. Then he took 3 more months to appoint second Duma. And now when he appoints second Duma, he changed the laws of voting. And likewise what he has done, he has appointed, or he has packed his Duma with all the conservatives who were supporting Nicholas. So likewise, it was just show off that yes, I am following the parliamentary form of government, I have appointed Duma. But later on, with his power and all, he changed the situation and he packed the Duma with all conservatives who will support him. Okay, so likewise this Bloody Sunday is, and this is very important because from here we came to know a new word, Duma, that is parliament, which was not a subject before this parliament, before this Bloody Sunday. Okay, thank you.